Hey guys, Liz here from the Nail Hub, and today I wanted to do a little bit of a product line or product brand breakdown for you. I actually just started a new series on our email list for anyone that purchases specific brands from the Nail Hub. We now have some email flows that go out that educate you more about information you might not have known about the brands that you're purchasing. And it also occurred to me that maybe some videos would be really helpful too. So I decided to hop on the channel here and I'm gonna break down our first overview of our first brand that we represent, which is Light Elegance. I have personally been using Light Elegance since I was a salon owner. Back in 2012, I used Light Elegance all the way back then. They have been around for more than 20 years now, and they are a wonderful company out of Redmond, Oregon, right here in the United States. They're family owned, which is really cool. So the Jim and Leslie McConnell, which are the original owners, they worked this whole time with their daughter Lexi, and then when Lexi got married to Joseph, they now are working in the business as well, and they have a great team of people up in Redmond that help them in their warehouse. They actually manufacture, formulate, package, ship, and do everything in-house in their location in Redmond. And if you've ever seen my videos with Jim McConnell, who is the chemist behind Light Elegance, you'll know that they are very dedicated to making high quality products for the nail industry. So I'm very excited to be a representative for Light Elegance. And I also wanted to put out there that, as the Nail Hub, we represent a few different brands. We are specialists in gel nail products, and I really only choose to align myself with brands that I feel I have a connection with, that I believe in their product, that I believe in their vision, that I believe in everything that they're trying to do for this industry, and Light Elegance is one of those. So I'm very excited to break it down for you today. And I know a lot of you have probably seen Light Elegance. Maybe you've thought about purchasing Light Elegance. Maybe you already own some Light Elegance. Maybe you're curious about other products that they offer. And the challenging part about professional product lines is that they tend to be quite complex. The reason being is that, when we're talking about professional nail services, nail technicians need to be able to address almost any single scenario that comes across their desk. So these manufacturers spend a lot of time trying to address a lot of those concerns. And as their product line grows, it can get a little bit complicated when you're talking about being an absolute beginner and getting your feet wet with a particular brand. So I thought today I would just start high level, break down the different product lines for you within Light Elegance, talk to you about why you might choose some of these products. And at the end, what I'll do is talk a little bit about the type of customer I think would align well with Light Elegance. For me, I am like most nail technicians. I like to use different products for specific things, but one of the things that's really important, honestly, I think is to specialize with one main brand because it's going to become part of your identity as a nail technician. It's also going to be something that you can closer align with and make your work and your branding more consistent. And also, a lot of dabbling really ends up causing a lot of unforeseen consequences when it comes to experimenting and trying to mix product lines. So although I like to use lots of different brands and I represent a lot of different brands, I also try to give them specific spaces within my repertoire so that they are able to excel at what they do best. So I'll talk about some of those differences between why you might choose Light Elegance versus something else at the end of this. All right, so let me show you high level. This is going to be, it's going to be a 30,000 foot view of Light Elegance products for you today. And then my plan is to actually go in and break down each product line specifically so that you can get to know each one and learn how to use them. So I want to start over here first, and maybe I'll get into the glitter gel as well. So in my opinion, Light Elegance, really their claim to fame has been their hard gel formulas. Light Elegance really was never a soak-off company. Even way back when I started with them, their whole approach was hard gels. And the reason why they work with hard gels mainly is because of the durability of hard gels. Hard gels, because they are not as porous, the bonds are so much tighter and more profound in the structure of the actual polymerized gel. Hard gels are harder, they feel more rigid a lot of the time. They also are less prone to being affected by other chemicals and other ingredients that we might come across. So when you're talking about a client being able to wear their nails long term, being able to backfill, being able to maintain an overlay or an extension service, hard gel is going to be your best bet because it's just going to be less likely to pick up things like pigment. The the product is not going to break down as quickly or as easily. It's going to hold its shape better. You're not going to get rounded corners. You're not going to get any of those things. And especially when we're talking about making repairs or we're talking about extending natural length, hard gel is a great place to start. Now, hard gel can be intimidating to people who don't really know how to work with it, because one of the disadvantages of hard gel is that you have to know how to file it off, and you have to know how to backfill it and maintain it. So not being able to soak off hard gel is one of those things that a lot of people maybe are a little bit intimidated by. Maybe they decided to go with a soak off option. But really, to me, the backbone of Light Elegance's brand is going to be their hard gels. And they have an entire line called Lexi line, which is named after their daughter Lexi. And the Lexi line is going to feature all of the different formulas and colors of the hard gels when it comes to those potted builder gel style gels. And they have really come out with some amazing ones. All of them are able to be cured in LED as well as CFL lamps. And their packaging has definitely evolved over the years. It's gotten very premium, very professional looking, and they actually have 2 sizes of each of these gels as well. So I'm going to break down in a separate video the actual Lexi line for you, but I wanted to give you a high level view of the hard builder gels being one of the backbones of their company. The next hard gel that really I think of when I think of Light Elegance is their glitter gel line. So their glitter gel has evolved again with packaging over the years. This has been their packaging for quite a while now, and they just recently updated their packaging this year. So I wanted to show both just in case you've maybe seen this packaging or you've seen this packaging. They are the exact same product inside. The only thing they changed this year is they changed the actual jar style, which I think is much more on brand because Light Elegance is very pink and very white. That is definitely their branding. And they also changed the amount of product that comes in the jar. So this used to be 17 milliliters. They recently changed it to 10, and the price point also dropped. I like this because it allows you to own more colors, which I think everybody on the planet loves to own as many colors as they can. Makes it more affordable to carry all of those different colors, to keep it fresh in your professional environment. And honestly, one of the claims to fame for Light Elegance products is the fact that their gels stay suspended. So the pigments that they use and the glitters that they use stay suspended within the gel formula. That's something that's very unique to Light Elegance, where you're not going to see a lot of settling of the glitter or the pigment where it's just clear gel floating on the top and the pigment's all the way at the bottom. Obviously, depending on how long you let things sit, how old the gels are, and how big the particles of product are, you might see more of that in the chunkier glitters. But one of the things that always impressed me about Light Elegance as a brand is their ability to create absolutely beautiful glitter mixes, and they have never failed to surprise me as the years have gone on. So I always think of Light Elegance when I think of glitter gel, and like I said, their new packaging I think is going to be the absolute best change going forward to make sure that people have the option to be able to own more colors. I think their new packaging, which I did a separate video on recently, is really going to up the game of anyone who owns Light Elegance products. And I really think that this is such a beautiful representation of the Light Elegance brand, keeping it fresh, keeping it modern. And they are a company that's always trying to do that. They're always trying to up the ante, which I really appreciate because they're never complacent about what they're doing. So glitter gel to me is, again, one of the backbone, one of the pillars of Light Elegance's brand. I think they do this exceptionally well. They win awards year over year for their glitter gel line, and they really stand out. That's something that they specialize in. The other hard gel part of their brand, and something that's more classic to their brand, is their color gels. So much like the hard gel glitter gels, they also always had hard gel color gels, which again is a little bit weird if you're used to just soak off gel polish that comes in bottles. This is something that, potted colors were much more prevalent in the nail industry years ago. And again, it's the durability factor. When you use hard gels, it is something that allows you to create structure and all of those things. But one of the things that has changed in our industry is just the demand for potted color gels has changed. People are looking for things that are less about full color and less about that kind of structure. They're looking for things that are more nail art centric. They're looking for things that are a little bit more versatile. So what La Elegance did is they took their award-winning color gel formula, which also suspends the pigment extremely well, and they came out with buttercream. And for a while, buttercream and color gel coexisted, but this year, La Elegance has decided to discontinue the color gel. And I really think that it's a great move because color gel is one of those, OG products of the La Elegance line. But I think that there's always room for evolution and improvement. And I think buttercream is going to be an excellent answer to that. So buttercream is also a really interesting product. I actually have a full video just about buttercream on my channel. But I will also do another download on buttercream because buttercream is now going to be featuring a lot of the top selling colors from the color gel line. You can see that the packaging is quite different. They're smaller jars, but I also like that because I feel like you want to be able to use your product. You want to be able to go through your product. You don't want it just aging on the shelf. The price point is really great for these as well. It's similar to what they did with the smaller size of the glitter gels. You're going to be able to afford more buttercreams and carry more colors. And also they take up less real estate in your drawer or on your racks or on your shelves. So I really like this. Buttercream is definitely unique in the fact that it actually offers 2 viscosities in one gel formula. It is a hard gel, but it has more of like an acrylic paint type of texture. So if you've ever bought acrylic paints from an art store and you squeeze it straight out of the tube without adding any water to it, that is exactly what buttercream feels like. It's kind of got this fluffy, very thick kind of texture that can be used for nail art and painting. And then if you stir or agitate buttercream, it becomes more viscous, it becomes more liquid. So you can actually use this for gel polish, and it goes on nice and thin over a finished nail. And it's really great for that high impact, high opacity color. It's just a wonderful, wonderful evolution from the color gel, where color gel just wasn't as high impact. You had to build more layers with it to get the same kind of pigmentation. And I really think buttercream is going to be a great replacement for color gel in the future. So this half of the table is definitely going to be the hard gel products. And I included these guys in here because these are the bonding products that go with the hard gel line. I think bonding, primers, all of dehydrators, pH balancers, all of those different kind of products are very confusing. I have definitely put out videos before about the difference between the different prep agents, if you will, that you would use before any of these given products. And I'll definitely do a deep dive on those again. But La Elegance also does offer an array of amazing prep agents. I call them prep agents because it's something that you would put on the nail first before you put on another product. And I'll go into these in detail as we move forward, but everything you need for adhesion purposes is also within the La Elegance product line. And then on this side of the table, I organized all of the soak off products. So obviously, La Elegance to me is a classic hard gel company. They do hard gel extremely well. But with the evolution of the nail industry and with what nail technicians have been looking for and the popularity of gel polishes, La Elegance also came out with different products that address that soak-off market. So I'll start with these two down here. P+. P+ has also gone through about 3 different packaging changes over the years. It used to come in cylindrical black bottles. Then they changed it to these amazing round bottom flask black bottles, which are super cute. But I agree with La Elegance. I think the black really wasn't on brand for them. And so this year they decided to come out with the new white packaging for P+, which is in this more kind of rectangular bottle, bigger P+ logo, the pink and the white, which goes along with the other white and pink packaging with the glitter gels. To me, it's very on brand for La Elegance, and I really appreciate the updated packaging. The other cool thing they decided to feature is they put the actual product in the caps, and it's just been a really good update. They also decreased the volume inside of the bottle, which makes this product a little bit cheaper than it used to be. Again, I think they're being very conscious of the current environment that nail techs are in, needing to be able to afford more colors to keep clients satisfied without as much of an investment. So I think that's very smart. And They have some really cool, unique products that go along with the P Plus line. One is Cutie Base. Cutie actually stands for Quick Detach, and I really like this product. It's a very thin viscosity base gel. It is soak off, and it does soak off even more rapidly than typical base gels. So if you're looking for that just easy to remove, soak off gel polish type of formula, this is going to be your best bet. And they do offer the glitter gels in both formulas, and they offer the color gels in both formulas. So depending on whether or not you're buying the color gels or you're buying the glitter gels, you do have the option to buy them in either the hard gel formula or the soak off formula, or both, depending on what you're looking at. Now, one of the advantages that I see from stuff like this is you can choose, you know, which client is best for soak off. Obviously, soak off products are going to be a little bit more flexible. They're going to be able to be removed with acetone, so that might work better for specific scenarios. I'm personally someone who loves hard gels. I love working out of a pot, and I also am someone who is used to backfilling. I like to e-file, all of those things, and I like to maintain an overlay on my nails, so this type of product line works best for me. But I think they've done a really good job addressing the soak-off market, and P Plus has definitely come on the scene and really started to win some amazing awards. And definitely, they deserve that for sure for all their hard work. Another cool product that came on the scene recently, within the last few years, is Jimmy Gel. So obviously, builders in a bottle have become very popular. People aren't necessarily wanting to work out of jars. They want something that's convenient and comes straight out of a bottle and already has the brush in it. Jimmy Gel is the answer for people who are looking for a soak-off building base all-in-one kind of product. So if you're wanting to create form, structure, a little bit of length, if you're looking for something that's more of a flexible type of overlay product for those clients that do have more bendy, flexible nails, Jimmy Gel is going to be a great option for that. It coordinates with anything within the P Plus line. It also coordinates with anything as far as the colors and the glitters are concerned. You can use any of the bonding products underneath Jimmy Gel depending on what you're trying to achieve. Jimmy Gel is definitely a really good builder base soak-off option if that's what you're looking for. So depending on how much structure you want to create, if you're trying to create upper arches, if you're trying to create a little bit of active length, Jimmy Gel is going to be really good for that. And you can also backfill Jimmy Gel. The formulation with Light Elegance that I haven't even got to yet is that Light Elegance is very centered around how they formulate their products. Everything from the ingredients to the way that they get the right viscosities, their whole entire packaging process. They put a lot of time and effort into making sure that things address problems, and they also make sure that their product stays consistent. They have an amazing manufacturing facility that really dials in everything from the torque on the bottle lids to shrink wrapping things to making sure that the formula inside the bottle stays consistent batch over batch, which I really appreciate. And one other thing that Light Elegance that you guys have probably seen if you've been following my channel for a while is that Light Elegance is also very vocal about the issue with the increase of allergies in our industry. I think that Jim McConnell and the entire Light Elegance family have really taken a stance on this topic. And with the increase of monomers being used to create increased adhesion, that is something that we have seen happen throughout our industry. It's something that we've been able to get away with for many years. And now we're starting to see, honestly, the consequences of those types of formulas being used so prevalently in our industry. People are starting to develop allergies to the monomers that we've used in our products. And I know nail technicians love those kind of instant results, the stuff you don't have to worry about. Did you perfectly prep the nail? Do you really know what you're doing? You can kind of slap stuff on and it sticks anyway, but there are definitely serious trade-offs to that. So I'm very proud of Light Elegance for taking the stance on going with long chain oligomer formulas, getting away from just straight monomers, not trying to cheat the system by using low photoinitiator content, which photoinitiators are very expensive, and just increasing the amount of monomers to get the same curing rates. They have really put a lot of thought and care into their formulas, and they truly care about not only the nail technician's health, but the end client's health as well, and the state of our industry and the future of our industry. So I'm very proud to represent Light Elegance. I think they are honestly putting so much energy and time and effort into doing things the right way instead of the quick way. And I'm always all about, attaching my star to people that are choosing to take the high road instead of the easy road. So Light Elegance is a great brand for that. Now, why would you choose to work with Light Elegance products? I mean, I only showed you the actual product lines. They have everything. They have everything from accessories, brushes, lamps, e-files. They have everything that you could possibly need to work as a professional. Why would you choose Light Elegance products versus maybe another brand that you've seen me talk about? And I wanted to have this conversation very honestly because I'm going to give you my personal opinion about what I think Light Elegance does differently and why I would choose them over some other product that maybe I have access to. So one of the first things that I think is different about Light Elegance is they are more fun and bubbly of a brand. They are serious about chemistry, but you can see from their packaging, they're about pink and white and being cute and being modern and being fun. And if you follow their social media, you'll also see that like Lexi takes a big part in TikTok and in social, and they try to have fun with nails, which I think is very cool. I think they do a very good job between balancing the seriousness and the amazing approach of taking chemistry seriously, making sure that they're making high quality products, but they also don't take themselves too seriously, which I think is really nice. They also manufacture here in the United States. So if you're someone who's in the US and you're looking for a fun, bubbly, glittery, but also safe and high quality brand, I think Light Elegance is going to be a good option for you. Also, if you are someone who loves working with hard gels, I definitely think Light Elegance is going to be a good option. And now that they have a lot of soak-off products, this is something that I highly recommend people who are looking for a hypoallergenic gel polish brand to try. Light Elegance, definitely I would say is not a leader in gel polishes. There's a lot of other brands that have been on the market longer that are much more popular, if you will. But I think it's definitely time is going to tell how this plays out for P+. I think the fact that they are doing this organically, that they are trying to actually put a lot of emphasis on the formula instead of just making things, glitzy, glammy, having thousands of colors, going at it from the perspective that a lot of other brands are doing that maybe catches people a little bit more from a marketing perspective, but isn't actually as serious about the chemistry. To me, I would actually encourage you guys, if you're thinking about the long-term game of what you're investing in product-wise and you're concerned about this recent conversation about allergies, Light Elegance is a great brand for that. There are some trade-offs. So one of the things that I have noticed with Light Elegance is because they aren't heavy on monomers and because they aren't doing things from a cheap, easy perspective, you do have to have education to use Light Elegance products. If you're used to a product that you literally could just blindfolded, slap it on, and it's going to last for 3 weeks, Light Elegance is not that brand because they focus on long chain oligomers and they focus on making sure that their products are monomer free, as far as HEMA and all of those different monomers. I think one of the things that's really different about Light Elegance is it's not like some of those other brands that maybe you've tried in the past. It's definitely not CND shellac. It's definitely nothing like Gelish. It's not even like Accents or Cocoas or any of the other brands that I've used for years. It's a very different animal. And because it's a brand that's based on hard gels, it is going to feel and behave differently than maybe if you're used to a soak-off brand or maybe if you're used to more of that rubbery kind of texture. Light Elegance has a different feel and it is something that requires education. So unlike a shellac, a CND shellac, where it's kind of more like nail polish, the training, is more about applying on a smooth surface. You can kind of buff the nail and apply shellac and it kind of goes on like no chip nail polish. And again, shellac has evolved over the years, but I'm just talking about the original kind of perspective of it. Light Elegance is not like that. Light Elegance really does need specific type of nail prep to adhere properly. It needs you to actually kind of change your approach in order to be successful with it. So I'm going to be providing a lot more education about how that preparation and that application differs from other brands you might be using, because I do think that's one of the things that a lot of people get confused by is maybe they try Light Elegance, maybe they don't get the adhesion they're looking for, or they don't have the results that they were expecting. But honestly, it's because you need to kind of change the way you're approaching it. And I can tell you, as someone who's been using this since 2012, that Light Elegance is a very high quality brand. It does last. It does do an amazing job with lots of different things. and you just need to kind of change your approach. So if you're interested in something that is taking allergies seriously, that is a family-owned business, that is manufactured in the United States, that doesn't take themselves so seriously but does take chemistry really seriously, I think Light Elegance is a really good option for you. And they also have this environment of family, which I think is a really unique approach. If you've seen any of their social media, or if you've ever followed their hashtags or anything like that, they're very about family. And not every business is like that. And I think it's very unique to them because they are owned by a family. They are a company that has started from scratch, from a husband and a wife developing a product line to where they are today. I definitely think that's something that if you identify with that kind of community, that kind of inclusivity, that kind of feeling of belonging to something, Light Elegance is also a really good option for people like that. They also have an amazing team of educators, and they are such an amazing, high-performing brand that honestly, I think they always are looking how they can change and improve, and they're so inclusive with the people that they work with, and they love to work with high-performing people. So I really enjoy working with them. It's something that has brought me a lot of joy. It's something that, I always look forward to being able to see them as a family, see them as a company, work with their products, represent their products, collab with other distributors, which I'm going to be doing some of that coming up soon as well. And I could not speak more highly of this brand. I think it's a great one, but it is unique. So keep that in mind. Like I said, I'm going to do a deep dive on all of these products so that you really get to know every single facet of the product line, because there is a lot to digest here. And if you're ever looking for support, you can always reach out to me, but also Light Elegance does a great job supporting their customers. So that's another bonus that you get out of aligning yourself with a specific brand and including yourself in a specific family of people. Okay. So I hope this video has helped you get to know Light Elegance a little bit better, and I will have more information on them soon. Bye guys.